my gosh, this is starting out great. Hey friends, oh my gosh, this is like a disaster. I am so hot. It's supposed to be fall, but it's like I think it's like 76 in this room that I'm in. I set the thing, gosh, my hair's like a disaster. I set the thing down to 72 and it's at 76, so I don't think it's working. And I'm cracking up because so I am in like it's like an outhouse kind of building of my parents' house, and let's see, it's so funny. It's like, okay, I was trying to make it look kind of professional, but I think I should have gotten like, this is like a paper thing backdrop, and I was like, oh my gosh, I think I should have gotten the wider one. I am sweaty. This is starting out great. This is starting out so great. My head's getting cut off. Yeah, I didn't really think that one through about the size. So I'll have to show you guys. I wanted to make like a little place where I could do some videos, and so I mean, it's kind of like a storage room at my parents' house. Let me see if I can just scoot this back a little bit. Everything is like super janky. Like okay, maybe I have to cut it off when I edit. Yeah, I'm on a tripod that's like not big enough for it. I'll have to like get some B-roll of all of this and put it over this video so that you can see. Okay, so this is the storage room where this is like, actually I used to stay here when I used to come and visit mom and dad. But this is my little setup that oh, hi. I like wasn't realized there was a mirror there. Okay, I'm embarrassed. That's like my little setup. It's very simple. And then there's like my light. So, yep, that's it. And these are the things I'm going to show you that I got in the mail. Oh, that's something really cool. I can't wait to show you. But yeah, that's the setup. But it's on this tiny tripod that I'm pretty sure is going to fall. I'm a disaster. I'm a disaster. And it's hot. I got gum. Let me spit this out. Okay, I made this little thing. This is like a studio on a budget. I made this to see if like the lighting would be better. I don't think it matters. Yeah, I mean, there might be like a tiny bit of difference. This is like Reynolds wrap. I don't know anything about photography, but I do know when I've taken pictures before oh yeah, actually that lighting does look a little bit better. Yeah, this is super fun. Super exciting. Okay, so look at my necklace on. I'm so not ready. Hi, how are you guys doing? I wanted to start a new kind of series on my channel, and it won't be like a series where we do like 20 videos in a row like this, but it would be something that we just kind of continue to come back to, and it's called Coffee with Kara. And so I got that name from when I used to work in the news. I worked in Evansville, Indiana, and I had some friends from home. Actually, the viewing area had my hometown in it, which is Central City, Kentucky. And so I had some friends from my hometown who was a group of ladies who would say that they would get together in the mornings I was on a morning show I was like the morning anchor. And so they would say that their mornings they would have coffee with Kara. So I don't know if they ever actually got together or if that was just like the saying when they would watch the show. But I thought that was so cute, and I thought it would be really fun to have this segment called Coffee with Kara. So this is what it's called. I feel like my framing is like so terrible. You can tell I'm like not a professional in this at all. Because it's almost like cutting... Oh my gosh, it's like cutting my head off, but the tripod that it's on is not made for this kind of weight. Okay, that's a little bit better. Oh my gosh, guys, I don't know why. I was like so nervous to film this. As I was walking in, Okay, by the way, here's my cup of coffee. Comment in the comments. I love this cup. I got it from Telluride at the Bluegrass Festival, and it has my coffee in it. Comment below, what kind of beverage do you have? Do you have coffee? Do you have hot chocolate? It's starting to feel like fall. Sweet tea maybe. I don't know. But as I was walking in with my cup of coffee, I dropped it all over the floor, and it went like face first, and coffee spilled everywhere, but there's still a pretty good amount left. So this is my first sip after it spilled. But it's pretty good. I have it's like Keurig coffee. So it's a K-cup, just like the store brand, and it has a lot of creamer in it. So it's really good. And I'm so glad to have this coffee chat with you guys. Oh my gosh. So word on the street in my neighborhood is that there's a bear. It's not even just word on the street. It's like the gossip of the town. And there have been pictures circulating through emails. And I haven't seen the bear. I did see bear poop, what I thought was bear poop in the yard, but it kind of was, it could have been anything. But it looked almost like bear poop, and then maybe something stepped in it and kind of tracked it up the yard. So I kind of feel like the bear's been in the yard, but I'm not sure. But a lot of people have been sharing videos, or not videos, but pictures. And it looks maybe like a 2-year-old bear, so it's not a huge one. But I do think Animal Patrol is out trying to find it, and trying to capture it. I don't know what they're going to do. I heard they're going to relocate it, which I also had heard if you relocate a bear, it's like a death sentence. This is all hearsay. I don't know what's actually going on, but I will say every time I go outside to the backyard, which is where there's kind of woods behind this little house, I get really scared. I get nervous that I'm going to see that bear. So I was nervous. I dropped my coffee. And it was a disaster, but a good one. So I want to start with a surprise. I'm going to get the surprise, and I'm really excited about it. So I'm going to show it to you. Something I've been working on for a long time. Okay, I took a second to redo. Let me turn this light back on. Whoa, that's so bright. Took a second to redo the little tripod thing. It looks like it's gonna fall, but I don't know. I don't know. I think this whole situation could use some help, but it'll work for now. So let's see. Okay, this is literally just Reynolds wrap. So with Reynolds wrap or without, I don't really think it makes a huge difference. Okay, I want to show you guys my surprise because I have been working on something for a long time, for a couple months now, and I am so excited to show you guys. Okay, I'm okay, I'll show you this one first. Okay. I'm nervous about it. Okay, let's do a little drum roll. I'm making a candle line. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. So, I don't think you guys know this, but I run a business. It's a small business, and we help provide jobs to artisans in developing countries. And I actually create some of the goods as well. And then we do projects for different nonprofits in other countries. And then the main focus of it is that I work with artisan partners, and then they employ people in their communities who really need jobs. So I make, we have leather goods or jewelry, and then I make some things, they make some things, and then we come together and collaborate with it. But I have some festivals coming up. My first one's Saturday. So I'm really, 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 really excited because this is something I've been waiting for since 2019, to do. Actually, I started my business 6 years before COVID, and then put it on hold in 2020 because we know what happened. And now I have 8 festivals lined up from now until the end of the year, which I'm so excited about. And I've wanted to do a candle line for a while now. So I actually wanted to do a candle line in 2020, which I think would have been an excellent time to start one. However, I didn't have the funds to start it. So I was really hit financially super hard, like everyone else. So this year I figured that this was as good of a year as any, and I have created this little candle line, and I have 6 candles. 4 of them are for you guys. 4 of them are Appalachian Trail candles, and then 2 are fall, and then I'll release some other scents as it goes on. But I'm really excited. I had no idea like what it takes to create a candle. I kind of thought maybe you just get wax and fragrance and melt it and put it in a jar and you're done. But there's like a science to it, and you have to do a lot of testing. So I've been in the testing phase for probably a month or over that. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'll show you all of the scents, and then in videos to come, we can talk more about how to make the candles and all of that jazz. But these are not available yet. So I haven't launched these yet, but as soon as I get them ready to go, I'll put them on my website, and then I will do like a video launch or something. But I'm gonna have one that is Appalachian Trail, smells like oak moss and amber. And then we're gonna have 100-mile wilderness one. I designed these labels, and I got really excited one night, and I was just working on labels like all night. I don't think I went to bed until like 6 in the morning because I just got so excited. This is the one that made me want to create a candle line. I had an idea for this candle, and it's called Springer Fever. And it has a little guy about to walk through the arch, and then you see like Amicalola Falls, and then there's a little bear, and it has a sign to Katahdin. That's like the sign that you see at Amicalola. So I thought that was fun. And this is for like anybody who just wants to get on the trail, who's like thinking about the trail. It's a saying that we have. It's like, you have Springer Fever. Okay. And that's going to be, I haven't actually poured this one yet. You can see like all my testers. It's like 6 different scents, but it's going to smell like pine, rain, oak moss, dirt, I think was one of the scents. I can't remember everything I put in there, but I've been testing like different scents for this one for a while. So I'll be really excited to pour this one. A lot of these I make the fragrance myself. Okay, and then I have 2 fall ones. This one's called Fall Festival. It does have a pumpkin on it, but it smells like apple cider and caramel. I think it said buttery apple cider caramel, and I thought it really smells like a fall festival. So that's that one. This one's my mama's favorite. She's been helping me. This one is called Freshly Baked Gingerbread and Chai. So this one smells like something really yummy in the oven. So if you like freshly baked scents, that's a good one. And then my favorite, I'll leave the best for last. This one's my favorite. It is called Smoky Mountain Nights. And then I put this little bear on there. It smells like a night in the Smokies. So you have like a marshmallow, like you're sitting around a campfire. There's some tree sap in there. Is it balsam fir? I blended 3 different fragrance oils for this one, and they each had several different oils in it. So I'll have to get all the notes of it, but it was like tree sap, marshmallow, fir, like all these different scents that came together. I personally love this one. I actually want to light it. And then all the candles are made out of coconut soy wax, and then they have a wooden wick. So I really wanted them to have the feeling of like the ambiance of like sitting around a campfire. And I don't know if I'd ever really used the wooden wick before, but you can kind of hear like it crackles, which is what I love, but also makes it really tricky. It's really hard to get the right wick when you're working with wooden wicks, but this one is literally my favorite. And I was at the lake this week, and I had all my cousins and my aunts and uncles and stuff smell the candles. And 2 of my cousins said this one was their favorite too. It just smells really good. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave this one burning. I wish I had like a little table right here so we could just have it. But yeah, if you're interested in these candles, I will eventually have them linked. So when I post them online, I will let you guys know. I'd like to do, because these are like 9-ounce jars and they're 7-ounce candles. And so I would like to do like 10s that are a little bit smaller. So I have 2 different price points for them, but I haven't found a 10 that I could work with yet. And I'll probably have, I don't know if it'll launch when the candles launch, but I'll probably have like a sampler pack that you could get if you're not sure. I thought it'd be really hard to figure out which candle that you want from the internet. Like, I've never ordered a candle online before. So I thought it would be kind of cool to do like a sampler pack of like little tiny, they're like tea lights, but a little bit bigger. And then you could order that and then decide from there, like which one you want to buy as the big candle. But oh my gosh, this one I haven't poured yet either. But it smells like, I'm really excited about this one. It smells like fern, moss, and rain, I believe were the 3 scents that I put together for this one. But it's 100 Mile Wilderness. And I just like, the 100 Mile Wilderness smelled so good, and there were ferns everywhere, and it was just like so lush and amazing. So I thought that would be fun. So yeah, I hope you guys are into candles and candles that remind you of, I really wanted like candles that reminded us of the outdoors and the places that we love, specifically the Appalachian Trail. And so when we're not able to hike it this winter, you know, a lot of people won't be on the trails, they'll be at home, and these candles are a little way that we can bring the Smokies inside with us, or bring Springer Fever inside with us, and kind of just remind us of those places that we love so much. So I hope that you guys love these as much as I do. Okay, so I was like, whoa, what? Like, did you guys see that? Like, the light just jumped up. It's like we have a ghost or something in here. That was so weird, because it's also like on the lowest setting. Thank you guys for bearing with me on all these technical issues. And let me know if you got your coffee. Okay, I thought we could do a Q&A. I don't know how long this video is going to go, because I wanted to do 3 more things. I wanted to do a Q&A. I wanted to talk to you guys about some video ideas that I have. Ask if you guys would like those. And then I wanted to show you, like, I always think it's cool to see what YouTubers get in the mail. And I have gotten some things this year that I thought would be fun to just do like a mail segment with you guys, of the things. Like, this is super cute. So I don't know if we'll get to that in this video. It might be next video, because we do have a lot of questions, which is awesome. So I want to get to the questions first. And a disclaimer is that I think that I got every question. I actually went back through twice. Like, I went back through again to make sure that I like got all of the questions, because I made graphics last night for all of them, and then some more came in this morning, so I made graphics. If you don't see your question that you ask, it's not because I skipped it or it was personal or anything like that. I put every question in, so I probably just didn't see it. So if you could comment below and ask it again, like, that would be great, even though I think I got all of them. But I was on somebody's live last night, and it was like a guy who just finished the trail, and I was like, ask a question. I was like, when's he gonna get to my question? And so I know the feeling of like, okay, are they going to ask the question or answer the question that I ask? So I know that feeling. Congratulations to Jay and Tina for finishing the trail. And they did ask my question, actually. They had so many questions. They were so cute. I've never met him. Jay Wonders out. I've never met him in person, but I saw that he was live last night, so I hopped on, and it was really fun. And I saw a couple of you guys on there too. So, okay, I'm gonna grab my laptop and see if I can pull up these questions from here. I think I saved them all as like, I try to save them all as graphics. I keep getting these weird messages. They're like spam. It makes me so mad. It's for like elections, which is weird, because I'm not getting like text from like one side. Maybe it's because I at one point was an independent, but like I'm getting text from like both sides. And it's just like, what? Like, how did I get on all of these things? And why am I getting spammed like every day? Oh, and it says to Jacqueline, which is my mom's name. So I'm like, what is going on? Okay. Q&A, question graphics. All right. So the first question is from, hold on. Let me get these in like a different order. I don't like the order I made them, so they can kind of go in the order that they were like submitted. Okay. The first one is a question from Nancy. And by the way, you'll have to tell me if you like my new graphics. I created like a little open for this, which I'm probably going to tweak. And then I created some graphics just on Canva. Okay, question from Nancy. Where did you meet Gushers in South Carolina? I live in upstate South Carolina. So I met up with Gushers about a week and a half ago. And he lives close to Greenville. And then we went to a friend's house in Marietta. So I'm not sure if that's close to you, Nancy, but that's where I was. Also, here's a picture of Gushers. So if you were missing him, I don't want to call him. Oh, I can't call him. I was like, I should call Gushers during this segment. He's on a really interesting schedule where he works like, I get confused. I think he goes in at 2 in the morning and then works until like 2 in the afternoon. It's like, he works crazy hours. And so sometimes I call him and he's like, his phone's like, he's like asleep. Actually, I try not to call him in the middle of the night, but for him. But yeah, sometimes I'll call him and he's like off work or he's about to go in or like he'll be at work and it's like a weird time. But I can't call him because I wasn't thinking like I'm shooting this with my phone. So bummer. I don't think I can call him from my phone either because he doesn't have, or from my computer. Actually, I can try. Let me just see. Like, because that would be cool. Can I like FaceTime him from Instagram on my, let me just like, okay. Like, that would be so cool if I could FaceTime him. I don't know if he'd like it. I don't know if he would be like super excited or not. Okay, let me see if I could call him. Okay, active 44 minutes ago. Okay, allow. Okay. Oh, this is so funny. He might be asleep already. Look at his little picture on Instagram. Okay, I think he's probably asleep. Yeah. Oh, it says he's active now. Maybe he's... I don't know. Should I try to call him again? It says he's active. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time. Let me like, you know how you have to clean your camera off? Okay, we're already 16 minutes into this. This is so funny. I've never FaceTimed him before. Maybe that's why he's not answering. Oh, he just texted me at worm. He's at work right now. Okay, maybe I can text him back and just say. I'll say, do you have any messages for... I'll say, do you have any messages for the YouTube fan? For your YouTube fans? Okay, I just said, do you have any messages for your YouTube fans? I'm shooting a video and they ask about you. Yeah, he must go in at 2 p.m. and then get off at 2 a.m. Okay, so he's at work. He can't talk right now. and you don't want him to answer because it is like so loud. It's like, it just sounds crazy, like hammers and stuff going. So okay, we'll see if he has any messages for his YouTube fans. And then, like, I love, some of the questions are like, actually a lot of the questions are about gushers, so I love that. Do you guys want me to call, I want to call Squatch too, but Squatch only is, I don't know, I'll try to call him. Okay, let's just see. He might not answer either because his phone's, like, not working right now, but if he's connected to Wi-Fi, you can. Please allow. Look at his video, or his picture. It's a picture I took of him. Can you see it? I don't think he's gonna answer either. No one wants to talk right now. So sad. Hey, what are you doing?
Not a whole lot, just watching a movie, waiting for some guy to provide with
Hey, I'm shooting a video right now and people wanted to see your face. Can I show you on the camera?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Like right now?
Yeah.
This video?
Yeah, well, yeah, they're like, the camera's like right there. So can I show you?
I guess.
Okay, do you have anything to say to YouTube? Can you see yourself?
I can.
What do you have to say to people who really like you on my channel?
That like me?
Yeah, they're asking about you.
Rock on. I don't know.
How's life for you?
Pretty good. Enjoyable. One day at a time.
Have you been like kayaking or anything fun lately? I don't like the light is like reflecting on this.
Say that again.
Have you been like kayaking or anything fun lately?
I did go kayaking. I went beachside the other day. I think I might go surf fishing pretty soon.
Cool. Okay, Gushers has a message he wants to tell people because he was at work. He couldn't answer. He said, are you still on there?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, shoot. It's on. How do I? Oh, I can't see it because it's on my text. I'll have to like get to my text. My text is on my phone. I'm shooting on my phone. Yeah, anyway, Inquiring Minds wanted to see you and they wanted to do an interview with you, but I didn't do that yet, but I thought I could at least show your face. Look how dirty my computer screen is. Did you lock up?
I did.
Oh, okay. Oh, look what room I'm in.
Are you upstairs in the loft?
Yeah. We're doing coffee.
I don't know why you don't stay there.
I know. We're doing coffee with Kara. Yeah, so, oh my gosh. Do you have a message for Gushers?
For Gushers?
Yeah.
I love you, bro.
Aww. He said, I love you, Gushers. Gushers invited me to do the Foothills Trail with him.
I thought I seen, who did I see is looking to...
Fortune Cookie.
Fortune Cookie, that's right. You must have seen the same thing I did.
Yeah, I commented on there. But he can't hike in like the same month that I want to hike, so, or that Gushers wants to hike. So
are you in the middle of like really doing a video right now?
Yeah, it's lit. See, it's
video called me.
Yeah, I hate how like the light like reflects on the. It looks like you have like a halo.
How many people are watching this right now?
Oh, it's not live. So, yeah, they wanted me to do a Q&A, and one of the questions was like, I wish we could do an interview with Squatch and Gushers and your other trail buddies. Think I lost him. Are you there?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, I'm in your room. You can see it. Oh, if I hold you like this. Huh?
Better make my bed.
Yeah. No, the bed hasn't been slept in, I think, since you were here. You and Roni.
So did you want to interview me, or did other people want you to interview me?
They just said they wanted an interview with you, so maybe they wanted to ask you questions. So if you guys have questions for Sasquatch that I hiked with on the trail, just put them below and maybe he can answer them in another video. Do you have any like answers to any questions that you want to ask yourself? What was your best day on the AT? And you can't say Katahdin. That's what I asked this guy last night. That was my question for Jay Wonders Out.
Best day on trail. So many good ones. I think hiking into Vermont was probably like it changed the whole trail. Like,
Yeah.
Before Vermont, it was very much the same but different types of woods. But going into Vermont, New Hampshire, and then Maine, you can tell the
Oh no, did I lose you again?
day one hiking in.
I liked Vermont. I had one day in Vermont before I went home, and it was cool.
I hiked through.
Oh no, I'm losing you. Are you there? I'm like down in this. Okay, you came back. You said something about. You said Vermont, and I didn't hear anything after that.
In Vermont, I ended up night hiking through the haunted section, the Gossenberry or Goosenberry or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was relatively in the beginning of the Vermont spot, but I night hiked through there, and that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Kind of spooky. Any other questions?
What was your take on the Aqua Blaze? People really like that video.
I loved Aqua Blaze. It was probably one of my favorite parts of the whole trip because it's like we hiked forever and ever and ever, and I almost left altogether.
When? Like what?
I thought about going out to the northern part of the PCT.
I didn't know that you were thinking about quitting. I think I was hiking with you then.
And I just, I was questioning what trail because of the area. I mean, you start getting out of the Smokies and then the Blue Ridge Mountains and all that. And it gets very bland as far as being so close to towns and that kind of stuff.
I loved Virginia. Like, I loved it. I didn't get the blues in Virginia.
But I love the Aqua Blaze. I definitely needed 10 days on the river. I needed that.
We had like 20 days because we had 10 days. Oh, okay, hold on. I do have a question for you. I have a question for you about, so yeah, we did the Aqua Blaze and we had like a million days off after. What did that lady say to you at the pool party?
Definition of us.
Wait, hold on. Start over. You got cut off.
There's some lady, she had like some eerie premonition feeling that we were going to get murdered by Machete Man or Hammer Man. I don't really remember. But she's like, look out for tall pine trees and blue skies or something like that.
Like the whole trail.
I remember whenever I seen blue skies and pine trees, I kind of got weirded out. But we ended up meeting that one guy. I still got pictures of him. I can't even think of his name like that, I feel.
Yeah,
but
the
he was
creeper.
in a Hawaiian shirt with a machete on his side. And I was like, hey, bud, what are you doing? And he like, oh, this is just for like cutting wood. And he started like hacking at roots of a big old pine tree. And I'm like, dude, don't do that. The tree don't like that. He's, oh, I'm sorry, man.
I'm gonna cut part of this out and like, because one of my videos is gonna say the 4 creepy people I met on trail. And I know that you're saying is like nobody in these woods is normal, or nobody hiking these mountains is normal, which is true. But there were like 4 creepy people that I met that I'm going to do a video on, and he's one of them.
he was weird, but I don't know. I mean, you got to take it out of context. You know, everyone's kind of different. It's only by getting to know someone if you really can tell if they're creepy. So besides that, it's just all judgment. And I try not to judge, you know.
Yeah.
There's that one spot where that one guy was dancing in the middle of the night. But
oh my gosh, he's not even on my list. My list is gonna have to go to 5. My list is going to 5 creepers now.
He wasn't creepy though. He was just an old man dancing.
He wasn't creepy. He wasn't creepy to you because you weren't next to him. I was.
It's all an aspect as well. I'm a 6'6" man, so what I find creepy is I don't know.
Okay, so we saw this
some little guy with a hatchet rather than some older man dancing in the middle of the night.
We were at this shelter, to put this into context, and there was some guy who said something like, hey guys, I get the COVID shot today. He was like section hiking, and he said, I got the COVID shot today, so if I act weird, that's why. You're like totally dark. Can you lighten your face up somehow? And like, okay, so I didn't think anything of it. I was like, okay, whatever. Like, that's weird, but whatever. So, the guy started doing, the guy started doing yoga. And then, so I was like, okay, that's normal. You know, people stretch after hike. But then, like, everybody went to bed, and he was like, and it was weird because he was just illuminated by, like, the dusk. And it was, like, his shadow. You weren't watching this, but, like, all the other people in the shelter were, like, and it was packed full. It was, like, raining, pouring rain. It was packed full, and everyone's, like, what's this guy doing? Because after the yoga, like, we were like, okay, he's going to go to bed. Well, then he started doing kung fu. I don't know if you saw this part. He's like karate chop in the air. He's like, like punching and kicking. And we were like, what? Like, this is starting to get weird. And like, it went on until it felt like after midnight. It was probably after hiker midnight. But then he started doing, oh no, it hadn't rained. It wasn't raining yet. Because remember bushwhack. Okay, it wasn't raining yet. This guy starts doing a rain dance, and it started raining. And Bushwhack was like, he was like so mad because he was night hiking, and he was like, that guy did the rain dance and then got all my stuff wet. And like, then he was doing the rain dance, and like, we were all looking at each other like, so he's sleeping next to me. Like, and our pads are touching because this was, like I said, it was fully packed shelter. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this, I don't want this guy being next to me. So I kept trying to scoot over to get away from him. I didn't even know Squatch, and I was like, can you scoot over like some more? Because I'm trying to get away from this guy. And like, it was something. But anyway, the next night, I thought I was the only one who saw it. And then the next night, like, everybody else was like, no, I saw it too. And it was like so creepy. Thoughts?
I mean, to each their own, I suppose.
Hold on, let me restart this. Okay, the other creeper, I know that you don't like talking about creepers because, like, you have a different perspective on it. That's really cool. But the other creeper was, oh, hold on. Before I get to that one, nunchucks. Do you remember Nunchuck Guy? Like, it was up in New York, and we were hiking with Mortis, and we, I don't know if you remember this, but we were all kind of spread out. It was like burning hot. It was that day that Miss Janet came and brought us like Trail Magic of pizza. And we get up to the top of this mountain, and there's a guy standing there with nunchucks.
I do remember that guy.
Yeah. And it was like,
he was on the phone with his girlfriend when I was there.
Well, he was just spouting off about his girlfriend. By the way, I have my, I'm smelling my candle right now. It smells so good. I just told everybody about my new candles. It smells so good. I wish you could smell it through the thing. Okay, that guy didn't creep you out? Because Mortis said he got creeped out by him.
Like I said, it takes a lot to creep me out, man. I've seen a lot of weird people and been in a lot of weird situations, and I mean, it takes a lot. You know, people in general are weird. So it's like, to see someone acting normal, I'd be like, man, that's the weird one. That one that's over there being completely normal with all these other weirdos all around us. That one normal person, that's the one you gotta watch for.
So you were saying, like, we were all weirdos in the woods, and then, like, the normal person you were worried about? Like, what?
The one that you wouldn't suspect is the one that I
would be the murderer.
Okay,
Okay,
I mean,
what
I wouldn't say murderer. I mean, yes, there's been like what, maybe like 5 or 8 people that have died on trail. A couple of them being murdered, but it's like
there's been more. There's probably been 8 murders, maybe, or more.
How many?
There's probably been 8 or more murders, like of thru hikers.
And there's like literally over like 4 million people that visit the trail every year.
Yeah, it is
And
statistically.
How many years has it been? I mean, yes, there's always going to be the element of bad people. You know, there's worse in the city, I say.
Statistically, you are much safer anywhere on the Appalachian Trail than you are in the safest town or city in the United States.
Yeah.
And you have more danger driving to work, like in your car.
I'll buy that for $1.
You'll do what?
Said I'll buy that for $1 any day.
I know. There was like a study on it, like, and I was listening to it was Backpacker magazine. They had like a podcast, and that was their statistic. But okay, but the other creeper I wanted to ask you about was the night after Max Patch morning. This was before we hadn't hiked together or anything like that, but you were at that shelter, and I was like, I'm gonna hike 18 miles or something, and I got down to the shelter, and you were there. It was like you, me, Crunchy, and this guy was like making us Mountain House meals. And he, like, first of all, I was kind of annoyed because you shared your Mountain House meal with me, and then he gave me like a whole Mountain House meal, and I was like, oh, well, Squatch will share it with me. No, you didn't eat any of it. And it was like, no, you didn't. You had one bite. And what?
I had my own food.
I know, but like I thought we were doing the thing we're like sharing, and so like I
wanted to go Dutch on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I thought that I was gonna have to eat this whole thing. It was from like the 80s or something, but it still tasted good. But anyway, that dude, do you not remember that night?
He got frisky with his old lady in the shelter with you and Country right there.
Right next to him.
For that.
Yes! Like, no.
That I actually, right when all that was happening, I'm laying in my hammock, and a sugar glider flew over me.
What's that? A flying squirrel?
Yeah. And it was like...
You didn't tell me this.
Patch I seen kind of fly over me, and it was like... And it like just clung to the tree, and then I kind of seen a shadow climb up the tree. It was pretty cool.
You didn't tell me anything about that. I'm gonna blow his skin out because it's making a noise. But no, that guy was like so creepy. He was like, do you mind if I sleep in the shelter? Well, I had just hiked 18 miles. That was like way out of that was the first time I had been hiking that many miles. I was exhausted, and I was like not about to put my tent up, and there was only just 2 people in the shelter. And he goes, yeah, but I sleep naked. He said, I sleep naked. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, you stay on your side of the shelter. I'll stay on mine. And like, he was like, well, if I have to get up to use the bathroom, like, you're going to see me. And I was like, no, I'm not, because I'm not planning on waking up at any point. Then, like, he came over, was like trying to massage our shoulder, like my shoulders or something. And then he gave me he wasn't hitting on me specifically. He was just like in general kind of weird. I'm just going to unplug this because it's getting on my nerves. So he was like, oh, and then do you remember this? I was like, at first I was like, this guy's just funny. Like, he's just a funny dude making jokes that are kind of inappropriate, but like, he's harmless. Then I was like, oh, he was hiking with that girl, that woman. And then I was like, oh, like, have you guys ever tried menthol, like this CBD stuff on your feet after a long day of hiking? I was just asking all the other hikers and stuff, and he was like, oh yeah, let me use that. Let me use that. And so he dug his hand and got like it was like something you only need like a tiny bit. He got like this huge like glob out. And I look over and he's like at the picnic table, like her shirt all the way up, and he's like massaging her and like getting inappropriate. Like, do you remember this? And I was like,
I mean, I don't
what?
remember all of it, but I mean, all right, so I'm just gonna say, out in the wild, in certain areas, hippies are very free and loving.
Yeah, but like,
even going back to that other guy that was dancing, that did the rain dance, he was a hippie. I could tell from a mile away he was a hippie.
The dancer?
The same thing for those people. They're hippie.
I
idea
don't know.
of people getting naked in
I don't care. I like hippies, but that was creepy.
You can look at it as inappropriate, but I don't know. Peace and love, man. Peace and love. Yeah, as long as, you don't infringe on me with your nakedness, which, I didn't really mind. And
I saw them naked, though. I mean,
awkward, but I mean, at the end of the day, are you hurt by that?
yes, because it was a boundary violation. And like, okay, so we were sitting by the fire. It was like you and me, and I think we were the only ones down there. Like, I mean, it was right there by the shelter, and like Crunchy was like already in the shelter, and I was getting ready to go. Do you remember this? And all of a sudden, it was like, ah! It was like, it's like scary. It was like, ah, ah!
Tell you the truth, out of all the videos that I have, I actually think I recorded a video that night.
No, you please send it to me. Please send it to me.
But I really do think I recorded.
What did you record? Like from your hammock or something?
Just the people talking, the noises and all that. I had just seen the show Lighter as well, so.
Okay, so it stood out to you.
I have to go through them all, but I'm sure I have a video from that night, I think. Or maybe it was the next morning, I don't know. Those people all seem really nice. They were older hippies. And
yeah, because you weren't next to them naked in the shelter. And then she was like, it's a Charlie horse, it's a Charlie horse. And Crunchy was like, no, it wasn't. It was something else. And I was right next to them. And then like, I was like, I'm sleeping on this picnic table. I'm not sleeping in there, but it was too late to like deal with my tent because it was dark out. But then Crunchy was going to be alone. Crunchy was going to be inside there with them. And so I was like, okay, well, here we go. Like, the weirdest night of my life. It got into the shelter with two people that are freaks.
It's all good.
What else you want to talk about?
What kind of questions you got for me?
What? Okay, here's a question. How much did your bag weigh at the beginning?
At the beginning and honestly most of the way through, 50 to 55 pounds.
No, it weighed more. It had to weigh more than that. Where did you get your backpack? Tell them about your backpack, like what it was, and like, because you had a very unique like bag.
It was like a 1970s or 80s rock climbing bag. It was.
It was a JanSport, right?
Canvas. I mean, the bag itself probably weighed close to 8 or 10 pounds.
And it was like, what? How was it in the rain? Did it repel the rain or no?
I mean, I would imagine heavy rain and all that. It might have added another 2 to 3 pounds in saturation. But I mean, I had garbage bag liner inside of it. I mean, I loved my bag. I actually got rid of it when I got back down here. I don't know why. I thought I was gonna like mount it and put it in a plaque and just be like, yeah, that was my thru hike bag. But yeah, that never happened. It stunk to high hell because I didn't wear a shirt a lot of the time, so it was like sweat
It was like
built
out
into
of canvas. Didn't you get it at a yard sale for like $5 or something?
I did. About a year before I even knew I was even doing the trail, I found it at a yard sale for $5.
Okay, so everybody who's watching this who doesn't have backpacking gear and has never been backpacking, you don't have to spend $500 on a bag. You can literally get one for $5 and it will last. It could last the whole trail because his did. I even tried on somebody's, like, it was a bag. It was older than yours by a long shot, but it was like some kind of bag up in Maine that had an external frame. It was like one of those kind of bags. And I thought it was...
What's his name had one of them?
You might have met this guy.
I can't think of his name. They called him... What was his name?
This guy had hiked it like back in the 70s or something. This was the bag that he used back then. And it was still in good condition. And I thought it was... Honestly, I thought it was a little bit more comfortable than my Hyperlite. So...
There was 2 or 3 people that hiked it that year with us that had the external frame packs.
I'm holding you on my shoulder.
What's his name?
You might have been around him because I met him in Maine.
He talked a lot, I know. That was his thing. He talked and sang a lot.
I don't know. I only met this guy like one time. What about... Okay, what about that day that we... Oh, okay, first of all, let's tell a hitchhiking story. Okay, what about that time that you were like waiting on me at the road and you were like, hey, this road goes down to a town in like 2 miles. Do you want to see if we can go get like dinner or something in the town? And I was like, heck yeah. But what did we said? Do you remember this? It was in Pennsylvania. I think it was in Pennsylvania or Maryland. It might have been like Maryland. And I was like, let's give it. Did you freeze or will you move your?
No, I'm trying to think because if it's the one you had your thumb out and the guy pulled over
immediately
running out of the woods.
Yes,
he got spooked.
That was a creeper. That guy was a creeper.
I mean, he gave us a ride. He was a decent person, you know.
He gave us a ride because
he said some off-putting things that, like, if you were by yourself, I would probably, if I were you by yourself, I probably would have been a little scared. For me, it takes a lot to scare me.
Okay, what Squatch did, he didn't...
not people that do it.
He didn't explain this situation very well. So we get to the road. Squatch is like, do you want to try to go into town? And I was like, sure, let's give it I think we said give it like 10 minutes or 5 minutes or something like that. Put our thumbs out. If we don't get a ride, we'll just continue on. So we put our thumb out. The first car. I mean, it was instantaneous. This guy pulls over as fast as he could. And I didn't know.
What you get when you have a pretty girl with her thumb out next to the road, you know.
By herself. Squatch, I didn't realize this.
I ran out like a Sasquatch.
You didn't? Okay, I'm trying to explain the part they don't know. Squatch ran into the woods and hid, and I didn't realize that he was like, I thought he was standing next to me with his thumb out. He wasn't. He was like behind a tree. So this guy thought he was just picking me up. Squatch comes out. He's 6'6". This big dude comes out of the woods looking like a Sasquatch. And the guy was really freaked out. And you didn't know this, but like the back of his car had like rope. Oh, it's starting to rain. It had like rope and like everything that you would need to like commit murder, basically. You have no comments? What?
That's horrible, but you know, rope is used for a lot of things besides murderers.
He had rope, he had duct tape, and he started,
That's like every mechanic's tool right there.
Well, what really kind of creeped me out.
Iron, and I'd say the guy was a mechanic.
What creeps me out was that he started talking about how he was like selling drugs, so we want to buy some or something like that. And then we're like, just no, thank you.
That's just like that. threw me off because he was talking about like weird hardcore drugs like crystal meth and stuff like that, and yeah.
I didn't hear that part. I think I was like blocked that part out because I don't. And but then he was like, he started getting paranoid, and he was like, I'm gonna get pulled over. I'm gonna get pulled over. Y'all are gonna say something about me. And then so I was like, can you just drop us downtown? Because we were like a block away from all these restaurants. Like I looked at the map because we were trying to figure out like where to go, and I was like, we're like a block away from like we can walk around anywhere downtown, hit up these restaurants. And then he was like, no, I'm gonna take you to this spaghetti place. And this really creeped me out because he didn't let us out where we wanted to, and he took us way down. It felt like it was forever, like down this road. And I was like, he's taking us to his house. He's taking us to his house or in the woods somewhere.
We got that really nice guy through that.
And then Samurai Blue.
I lost my wallet.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to, was the wallet. So we went to this gas station, and this guy came up and he's like, are you guys thru hikers? We were like, yeah. And he's like, well, I'm a thru hiker from like 3 or 4 years ago. And he's so nice. And he's like, I want to give you guys a ride back. And we're like, oh, thank you. And his name was Samurai Blue. And then he and his wife gave us rides like back and forth to the trail for the next couple days. And then Squatch, when did you realize that you forgot your wallet? When we were at Walmart?
It was at Walmart, 20 miles up trail.
So it was a couple days.
Right there where we hitched from. We ended up staying at that shelter for a night, and then the next day, I believe.
That was the only time I ever zeroed, like in the woods. Was at that shelter.
It was the only time that I zeroed besides that one spot.
Where you were waiting for me.
Yeah, man. I left an awesome camp up there for someone.
You were waiting for me for like 3. You were like, can you get here in like a day? And then the next day you were like 30 miles. You would be like 5 miles ahead of me. And then the next day you were like 30 miles ahead of me. And I was like, no, like go ahead because I'm never catching up with you. And then you were like, I'm just going to wait here in the woods, bring water. And I was like, I'll be there like tomorrow. I think it was like the next day or something. I didn't show up until like the next day.
I hiked down to that water source. That's where Gushers made those tortilla pizzas for
Oh my gosh, that was so good. Yeah, we packed those out from somewhere near the horses. We got
jar of pasta sauce you put into a bag. I give it to you. It's innovative.
Yeah, we put jarred, it was pasta sauce we put into 2 Ziploc bags. But Samurai Blue had your wallet. Can I tell him, like, what happened at... I don't know if you want me to reveal your hiding spot, but...
Oh, I mean, that was just safekeeping's money.
Like, he was like... we were at Walmart. And he was like... We were at the checkout line. And he was like, oh my gosh, my wallet's gone. And that's when he realized that he didn't have his wallet. And I was like, I was going to get my card out because I was like, oh, you can just like Venmo me or pay me back or something. He's like, no. And he opened up his backpack and pulls out like the metal piece in the back. And it was wrapped, was it like $1,000 or something? It was literally like all these hundreds wrapped around it.
$2,000 inside my bag wrapped around
like the 2 different
poles.
So you had like 100, like 10 hundreds. Is that 10 hundreds around one?
Yep, 10 hundreds wrapped around each pole.
And I didn't know you had the other one. I was like, what? Like, where is this coming from? So that's another hack. If you ever do a long hike, wrap money around. Well, now everybody knows because I'm saying it. Probably people that you're hiking with didn't watch this video, and you can wrap money around like any kind of backpack, even like Z-Packs and Hyperlight. They have a metal piece in the back to like hold it flat against your back, and you can pull that out. Except the only thing was they were moldy. Do you remember how gross that money was?
Yeah, it was back sweat. Nasty.
What else do you want to talk about?
I don't know. I actually said in my comment of your last video that
that was really sweet.
Make a video on all the stuff that you didn't put into your video.
Like,
There's a whole lot of hiking, a whole lot of talking, crying, sharing, laughing.
I didn't record
Some
that
good
stuff though.
places, you know, lots of pictures. There were some good pictures of awesome spots that we were along trail, but I know you of all people, you're Miss Camera, you know. You had videos and pictures of absolutely everything. I know you have some awesome conversations on there.
I didn't record a conversation. You did? Okay. You know what's weird? You didn't like being on camera.
I don't like being on camera.
So, like, and then somebody made this comment, which was, like, totally innocent, but they were like, I don't think Gushers likes you because the way he interacts with you in your videos. It was just one comment. And I was like, that's because he didn't like, that was nothing to do with me. Like, he acted that way because my phone was on him, like, recording, and he doesn't like being on video. And you were the same, but no one said anything about it. But, like, you would be, like, so annoyed. You're like, oh, videoing again. And so, like...
I mean, it takes away from it. Even when I videoed, I would be walking on trail. I wouldn't even be looking into my video. My video would be looking out in front of me.
But aren't you glad now, though? Now you can, like, see my videos. Aren't you glad I did it?
I mean, yeah, I guess. I wish that I had taken more pictures of the people I met.
Yeah.
More videos of the people I met.
You didn't have any
better pictures of myself along the trail.
You didn't have any pictures of me.
Even my Katahdin pictures, I think I look like...
Remember how mad I was at you when you came to my house and you're like, oh, I'm sending pictures of everyone from my phone to, like, Guy and, like, all the buddies that you hiked with. And then I was like, send me the pictures you have. You didn't have, the only picture you had, you're like, this is you. And it was Laura. I was like, that's Laura. Like, you didn't even have one picture of me on your phone.
I had pictures of you.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Because you looked and you're like, I'm going to find one. And then you were looking for, like, the longest time. And you're like, oh, I don't have any. And then you sent me one. I was like, that was a picture I texted you. Like, you didn't even take that one.
I definitely know I have a picture of you on the canoe trip. And it's me taking a picture of you, and you're like giving me like the deuces.
I don't remember that.
But you weren't so happy with me that day, so I don't blame you, I guess.
You took a picture of me that day?
Of course I did. You know, I'm not going to get you at your smiley. I'm going to get you at your worst.
Thanks. Thanks.
That's the LOVE that I bring.
What about, okay, tell people about Rocky Top.
Rocky Top. Well, that's when I first really chatted with you. I was inside the Smokies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was walking up this mountain to Rocky Top. And it's like they just keep walking and walking. But like right before you got to the top of it, there was this beautiful grassy hillside. And if you turn around, you literally see the entire step of the trail, ups and downs and around where you just were, that you hiked to this spot.
Mm-hmm.
But
it was such a better view than like
it was a
on Rocky Top.
Beautiful view. And most of the people that were walking by us didn't even turn around. They didn't even see it.
I did, because I was walking up that mountain and every person was passing me.
Well, yeah, you came over and sat down, and that guy gave us like gummies and treats and like, I don't know, a bunch of different stuff.
I just laid down on the ground because everybody was passing me.
I got a picture of you singing Rocky Top.
You do? Well, you were taking a picture of the view, and I happened to be in it.
In the world, but I got that picture.
Yeah, because you were taking a picture of the view. I have you in the back of my video, like, taking a picture. I was like...
It couldn't have been you in the view. But you were, like, spinning in circles singing Rocky Top, so... It's like, I'm not going to ask you to pose for me. I don't even know you.
That was fun, though. And, like, this guy... I was like, I want to be friends with him. Because there was, like, it was, like, a guy who was day hiking Rocky Top, and he was so nice, and he kept giving us, he was like, hey, do you guys want some, Pringles? And we're like, yes. And then he's like, do y'all want some, and I was like, I think my electrolytes were off or something at the time. Oh, you gave me like electrolyte beans. I think I literally still had them in my food bag whenever I came home. And then, he kept giving us like random food. Huh?
A lot of good they did, huh?
Well, I ate some of them. I don't know. It was a memento. And then, like, I ate some of them. And then I got, like, noon tablets. But, yeah, that guy was like...
That was the first time that I... right before that was when a couple of church ladies, they gave me a little church book and...
Really? You didn't tell me about this.
Jelly beans. The
electrolyte jelly beans?
Yeah.
That's what you gave me. I thought you gave me that from like your bag. You were just giving me secondhand goods.
No, that was different one by time Rocky Top, because I picked them up in Gatlinburg.
Oh, okay.
And that was Rocky Top was after Gatlinburg, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, because I met what's her name right before that as well.
I think so. President.
But those jelly beans, man. Anyone hiking and electrolyte. Those jelly beans are the bomb.
I liked Noon. I got hooked on Noon, and then Gushers got me hooked on Mio. That Mio stuff. So good. I'll put a link below. I'll put a link below my favorite Mio that has one of them has like B vitamins, and then you can get it with like energy too, like caffeine. I got a bone to pick with you about something. Okay, so we get to 19E after the Roan Highlands. And President was there at, not Uncle Johnny's, but the station at 19E. And she had hikes, like, she was like a rock star. This is our friend President who is finishing up the PCT right now. And I'm going to put a picture on the screen just to brag about her because she's awesome. Yeah, I sent you that picture, didn't I? She got off social media, but she finished, but then she has to make up like 300 miles or something due to like a fire closure. But technically she's done because with the PCT, you just hike the trail that's open. And so technically like she's already finished her through hike, but she's going back to get like every mile. But anyway, so President got to the station and she had hiked like 20 miles. Like that girl was like a beast. Like she was doing like 20-mile days every day. And she had these gnarly blisters all over her feet. And they were like huge blisters. And she was like, what do I do? Well, what you should do, I'm going to do a video about this because I'm very passionate about it. What you really should do is poke a hole and like drain it and then put like a blister bandage over it overnight. Or you can put like a piece of thread and put it in and it'll drain it. And you want to keep the skin. You want to keep the skin on it because it's going to heal a lot faster. No, not this guy. Not Dr. Squatch over here. No, he was like, let me deal with it. He's like pouring like lavender essential oil. What?
Done. Said you rip it off, you put tea tree oil on it, you wrap it
over the
night,
tree.
and it's done.
He cut the skin off of the blister all the way off. He left this oozing open skin. And then he took tea tree oil, which I could see this, but he poured it on the open wound. Like that poor girl, that probably took like 2 or 3 weeks to heal. And it would have taken a couple days.
It heals up a lot quicker than you believe.
It would have healed overnight if she did my method. Not the Dr. Squatch, the trail apothecary.
Whatever.
He has.
A lot of people thank me for my remedies, and I thought I did really well.
No, you did.
I wish I could stay here for some longer questions, but I gotta get going to a couple of things.
Are you mad about my blister story?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I'm telling you, the remedy works. Cut it off all the way, all the skin.
No.
Put some tea tree, wrap it overnight. It has to be overnight. So you do this at the campfire at night. You wash up, you cut it off, you gauze it up with your tea tree.
This is an infection waiting to happen. How many blisters did you have on trail?
Very little.
I only had like 2.
I took really, really good care of my feet. Like I remember stopping in the middle of a mountain middle of a mountain, like not a little uphill mountain, a mountain. And I'm sitting there and I'm down, shoe off, sock off, got my bag off, and I got my my little scissors that I had, and I was cutting an ingrown toenail halfway up a mountain just so that my foot wouldn't hurt.
Hey, do you remember the Chads when they took their shoes off in the Smokies? That's what I wish I had a video of. What?
I miss those boys.
That's what I wish I had a video of. That was the most gnarliest. Like, there were blisters on like every inch of this guy's feet. I felt so sorry for him, but he had the wrong shoes and he like wasn't doing any, like, he wasn't even cutting the blister off. He wasn't doing anything. Like, I felt so bad.
Cans of Lotrimin to spray on their feet. It was so gross.
Wait, did you help him?
I talked to him a little bit and helped him a little bit. They were good. They didn't need any help. Those young bucks, they destroyed that trail.
Yeah, they were awesome.
Yeah, man. They finished almost a month or so before I did.
Yeah, they were really, really fast. Squatch was really good at helping people on trail. He was always, and one of the things that he would, I'll like give him something to redeem for the blister comment. He would never say no. Like, if he had anything that someone needed, even if he only had enough for one person, he would give it to them. His like philosophy was like never to say no to anybody about like sharing something that he had in his bag. So that was really sweet and helpful. So I appreciated it. I'm sure you helped me a lot. Helped me when I had a splinter, when you got back to here and I had a splinter in my foot. You got that out.
I do good. I try to do good.
You helped me when I had a bug in my eye.
I remember that.
You wanted to help me, but I didn't want you to.
No, you didn't. You left it. Who leaves the bug in their eye? Like, oh, it's going to come out naturally.
It did come out, though. It actually did come out.
That's gross. I got to get going, though.
Okay. Love you. Thanks for talking. Bye. Bye-bye. Okay, that was so fun. I loved all the stories that he told. I have no idea how long this video is. It might be like way too long. Okay, so that video took a total turn from where I expected it to be, and that was really long. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue this in a part 2. But thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me and Squatch. That was really fun and unexpected, and I will answer the rest of your questions in the next video. Have a great day.